Good morning, everyone. Thank you for your interest and attending my workshop today. My name is Amanda. It's indeed a great pleasure and honor for me to be here. First and foremost, allow me to provide some background about myself. I came to Canada 8 years ago, and I graduated from the University of Waterloo with Bachelor of Mathematics degree 4 years ago. I had more than 2 years of QA quality assurance experience in the banking industry. Part of my daily responsibility were analyzing discrepancies from thousands of fund accounts and performing financial reports. And I really can feel the power of automation after replacing the manual and repetitive work, which reduced 70% of the processing time. So actually, the first time I experienced the awesomeness of data power was the time when I started my career working as a data analyst intern at a startup advertisement software company. They could predict customers' purchasing behavior after analyzing the image that collected from the social media, such as Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And then to make corresponding marketing strategies and campaigns. This experience has been quite an eye-opener for me. So being a successful data analyst has been my dream at that time. And now I'm really passionate about using data to solve real-life problems. So I took additional data analytics courses and certificates online several months ago, and today I will show the knowledge I have learned so far and share a real-life project I have done with you. So let's get started. Let's look at the table of content. I will cover the 5 Ws and 1 H about data analytics. And in the end, I will showcase a real-life project I have done before. First of all, the definition. So what's the definition of data analytics? So what's the difference between the analytics and analysis? From this chart, it may seem complicated, but actually it's very simple. By definition, analytics always has an element of data associated with it, such as machine learning, statistical analysis, and computer-based models to get better insight and make better decisions from the data. Analysis has more to do with the procedures, such as extracting, transforming, loading, and cleaning the data to find the useful information. And in other words, data analysis is part of the data analytics. And the data analytics refers to the scientific techniques to analyze the data to enhance the business operational productivity and the profitability. So I hope you get what are they now. And next, I will go through some popular terminologies. First, we always heard the word big data, right? But do you actually know what the big data is? Okay, let me tell you about it. Big data is the data that's too big for traditional data management to handle. We usually use gigabyte, megabyte, gigabyte in our daily life. But for the larger data size, such as gigabyte, petabyte, we rarely use, but the companies do. For example, in 2016, Facebook had 2.5 trillion posts, so they need extremely large volume to store their data. So it comes to 3 V's can be described about big data. First one is volume that I just mentioned, which is the large volume of data need to be stored and or processed. Then it's the velocity, means very high speed. And the last one is the variety, means data are generated from multiple sources, such as database, and social media, websites, and even documents. I hope you can get some ideas about what the big data is now. And then the business analytics, BA. BA is a process by which business use statistical methods and technologies for analyzing past business performance to gain insight and drive strategic decision making. So basically, BA focuses on business side. And next is the data science. The definition from IBM, data science combines the scientific method, math, and statistics, specialized programming, advanced analytics, AI, artificial intelligence, and even storytelling to uncover and explain the business insight buried in data. So we can see that it requires a mix of multiple skills to become a data scientist. And we will talk about it later. And the next one is the data engineering. Data engineering is the aspect of data science that focuses on practical applications of data collection and analysis. Basically, it's about designing and developing information systems. Okay, the last one is machine learning, ML. Machine learning is study of computer algorithms and improve automatically through experience, such as image recognitions, medical diagnosis, and learning associations. It would be a plus point in your career development. However, I'm not going to explain this in today's session because it's too much to say. Maybe we can do it next time. So these are the common terms that being used very frequently nowadays, especially if you are working in a big data field. You don't have to identify them exactly because there are some overlap functions between all of them. And this is the starting point if you want to know more about or try to get into the data field. And next one, the most interesting one. And I will talk about who would be working in the data field. It mainly has three roles, which are data analyst and data scientist, data engineer. And let's check out the difference between them. Also their responsibility and salaries. First one is data analyst. Common tasks done by data analysts, including data cleaning, performing analysis, and creating data visualizations, which help companies make better decisions. And a data scientist is a specialist who applies their expertise in statistics and building machine learning models to make predictions and answer key business questions. And data engineer build and optimize the system that allow data scientists and analysts to perform their work. So therefore, these three roles were essential and neither were superior to the other. They were not in conflict, but complementary, each with its own sphere of competence. By looking at their average salaries, data analyst is earning 60K Canadian dollar per year, and the data science and data engineer, the range is quite similar. It's between 85K to 90K Canadian per year. It sounds like you can earn decent income if working in these positions, right? And most importantly, I will show you how to become a data analyst and what kind of qualification you may need in the later session. Now, let's look at why and which factors that lead to the demand of data increased dramatically. That's because a huge increase in the digital footprint. More and more people are able to access the internet by using their electronic devices, such as their smartphones, tablets, and computers. While more and more social media has come up. From this image, how many social media apps you have in your phone and use it every day? Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or others, or WeChat. To be honest, I have all of them. Those social media have generated a large amount and a variety of data available for corporations. Also, another truth is that we sleep, but the data never sleeps. How much data is generated every minute? From the second picture, we can see it shows that 90% of all data today was created in the last 2 years. That's 2.5 quintillion bytes of data per day. So where the data goes? It goes to the last picture. We can see that at the end, the company collects the data from users and their customers to gather the hidden insights. Then they generate the analysis reports, create marketing strategies, and make a business improvement. Then moving backward a little bit, you may wonder, when the usage of the internet has increased remarkably, and when the data analysis has become so popular, let's look at the first graph. Check this. Increases of the internet users is growing exponentially and keep growing since 2007. By 2016, the global internet users reached 3.4 billion in total. Again, as I mentioned before, we sleep, but the data never sleeps. It keeps on generating and the size keeps on increasing. These two reasons also indicated that why the big data industry has been growing so fast in the past decade. Looking at the second image, not too far ago, this year, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the lockdowns have profound impact on digital habits as well as people's digital behaviors. From the graph, we can see 57% people spend more time on watching shows and movies on streaming service, and approximately half people spend more time in social media and messenger service. In addition, many people say that they expect their new habits to continue after the COVID-19 outbreak. 1 in 5 internet users say they expect to continue watching more content on streaming service in the future. So while the usage of devices goes on and up, the more data will be available for analysis in the future. And the more industry and sectors can utilize the data to make business plan. So we know finance, marketing, human resources, healthcare, and transportations, and more. In social media, for example, not sure if you have encountered this situation that just wanted to watch a YouTube video for a 10-minute break, but in the end, you spend more than an hour on watching more videos. That's because you fell into the YouTube trap. They kept popping up the recommended videos after you watch one and the next one and the next one. The tactic they used is that they analyze your history data to predict your interest and promote more related videos to you. Another example is in banking industry. With data science, banks can manage their resources efficiently and make their service more user-friendly. For example, you can deposit your check directly from your phone without going to the branch. And furthermore, banks can make smarter decisions through the fraud detection, management of customer data, and risk modeling. In a nutshell, analytics is everywhere and is the future. Sooner you embrace, better it is for your career. So, what kind of skill set and education you need to become a data analyst? You can see the details from the chart. Basically, from the chart, there are 3 skills we should have, but the required proficiency or levels are different between these 3 roles. One is the programming. They can write code in certain language, such as R language and Python. These 2 are the most popular language nowadays. Second, the proficiency statistical and mathematical knowledge. The last one is the business intelligence. Also, people always ask me that, do I have to gain some certain degree or certificate in order to get a job? I can tell you that it's not 100% must. For example, many people who were as a salesperson or consultant before, they were able to transfer to data industry once equipped with certain knowledge and game-related experience. However, in general case, recruiters will consider if you have an undergraduate degree for data analyst position, or if you have the undergraduate degree or master for the data scientist position. Okay, so far, we already got some ideas about what data analytics is and what a data analyst do, and what kind of skill set required to become a data analyst. Now, the most exciting part is I will share a case study with you. Now, let me just quickly show you that. Before I start it, I want you to know that there are 5 steps for data analysis process, which are question, wrangle, explore, draw conclusions, and communicate. I will tell you more details about how to apply these steps in a project. So here is the project I have done before, which is about the movie database, TMDB. This data set contains information about 10,000 movies published between 1960 and 2015 from the movie database. You can find original data on Cargo. So first of all, you should be thinking or asking questions like, what am I trying to do? What am I trying to find out? Or is there a problem I am trying to solve? In this project, as far as the film company is concerned, gaining tremendous profit is what they attach importance to, right? So we will explore which genres are most popular from year to year and what kinds of properties such as budget and popularity is associated movies that have high revenues. The right question can really help you focus on relevant parts of your data and direct your analysis toward meaningful insights. Once you have the questions ready, you will need to wrangle your data to answer them. First, gather the data. If you already given the data, then it's very easy. All you need to do is importing it into your workplace. In this case, I imported it in the Jupyter notebook. Second, assess the data to identify if any problems such as data qualities and structure. Third, clean the data. This includes modifying, replacing, or removing the data to ensure that the data set is as high quality and well structured as possible. For example, I found 23 mixing values in some entries in this project and decided to drop them since it won't impact the result. Otherwise, it will interfere the later exploratory. Now, hopefully, you have a good quality and clean data, which means you are ready to perform the EDA, or the exploratory data analysis. It's about exploring and then improving your data to maximize the potential of your analysis, visualization, and models. From the bar charts, you can clearly see that adventure movies has the highest average profit, and the documentary movies has the highest average rating. Also, you can use the histograms to identify which features is close to the normal distribution. This involves some statistical and mathematical knowledge. So that's why being a data analyst, you have to know some mathematical knowledge to do the project and your analysis. And then you can see the second one. You can also plot the variables to see their relationships. For example, from the plot, we can see that there is no clear linear positive relationship between a movie's popularity and its vote average. So exploring can find the patterns and visualize the relationship in your data. However, you will often revisit previous steps. For example, you may discover new problems and go back to regroup them. In this way, you can significantly increase the quality of your data and the analysis. After you have done the EDA, you want to draw conclusions or even make predictions. For example, from the analysis above, based on this trend of the movie popularity and profitability, if you want to produce or invest in a movie, adventure or fantasy movies are solely choices for you. Finally, we need to communicate your results to others because your analysis is only variable as your ability to communicate. You often need to justify and convince meaning in the insight you found. For example, the goal is to build a movie recommender. You need to explain how you reach the design decisions and report how well it performs by using slide decks, blog posts, presentation. Regardless of what method you used, data visualization will always stand out and be very variable. So that's the data analytics project that used the 5 steps of the data analysis process. Question, regroup, explore, draw conclusions, and communicate. That's all the material I have covered today. Hope you all enjoyed the case study and the presentation today. Thank you for attending again. Hope you all have a great holiday season and stay safe and healthy. If you have any question, please feel free to email me or ask me now. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.